Brid McGinley lives in Moville on the Inishowen Peninsula, and she's come all this way. And it's almost as far north in the south as it is possible to be, where looking east is looking north. And all the views are magnificent. I don't doubt that. After the small canvases of glass and pebble art, flash fiction seems like a good starting point on her writing journey. Brid is reading Dogs in Space.
Dogs in Space. It happened when there was still a border. Jack was being difficult that day. You know how a 6-year-old lives so much in his head. He'd scribbled on his library books and let Trapper chew on. Muddy paw prints marched across their covers. What will the librarian say? I didn't shout. But it's about the dog who went into space. Trapper was really interested. Jack thought Trapper was human. Well, he didn't need to eat it. Trapper, whose parentage was undetermined, but who had the legs of a Jack Russell and the ears of a spaniel, panted delightedly. Jack's aggrieved eyes opened wide as I examined the puncture marks on the book. You need to learn respect. No books for you this week. Naturally, Jack howled, waking his baby brother, who wailed in opposition. The only thing Jack loved more than Trapper was reading or being read to, and the trip to the central library, where the children's section was bigger than our entire local library, was the highlight of his week. Later, with uneasy calm restored, books packed, we set off. At the checkpoint, I expected to be waved through as usual, but that day we were directed into the shed. You remember the huge green corrugated iron corral? The gate clanged shut, delivering us into a parallel reality. Fluorescent lights, soldiers in full fatigues, rifles, helmets, a Cold War movie set. I checked the boys. Colm stayed safely asleep, but Jack was transfixed. Won't take long, I whispered. Cool. Wonderment lit his face. A squatty tapped at my window. All out, please, he sighed. 3 soldiers stood around the car with a general air of ennui, one holding an Alsatian on a strained lead. Colm woke as I unbuckled him from the baby seat. His whimpering made the air seem fractious, but Jack was still mesmerised. The Alsatian sniffed at him, probably smelling Trapper. The handler directed the dog into the car, where he padded across the seats, into the footwells, the back shelf. Then onto Colm's baby seat, eager, sniffing. Go on, boy, go on. This huge dog, clawed paws, panting sour breath, his wet nose nuzzling my baby's car seat. Something pinched my heart. Did I grip Colm too tight? Maybe I pinched him. His sudden shrill squeal pinged round that echoing space. Everyone jumped. Soldiers clutched their rifles. Even the dog paused. Jack spun round, eyes wide, fright making his pupils darken. I gathered him in. Colm's sobbing subsided as Jack's grip on my leg intensified. The Alsatian, now going through the boot, snuffled through the book bags, the jackets, the flotsam of family life. I clutched my children. I removed dog hairs from the baby seat before strapping Colm back in. His gulped sobs waned on the journey into the city, but Jack was silent. In the library car park, he helped me gather the books. They had spilled out of their bags and lay tiled across the floor, the dusty paw prints on their bright covers, treading a new story into our lives. I dropped the chewed book, the one about the dog in space, into Jack's bag. Know what? I squatted down, my eyes level with his. Today you can get as many books as you want.